Assalamu alaikum, ladies, and welcome to the Balance and Thrive podcast series. Really good to have you here today. So, uh, I'm your host, Faria. I'm a coach and I'll be your guide, inshallah, on this journey, helping you to create a more balanced and thriving approach to your health and finally living in rhythm with your body, not in war with it, right? We don't chase quick fixes here. We want to align with the design, inshallah. So just a quick disclaimer before we begin, inshallah. The information provided to you today is for educational purposes only. It's not intended to diagnose or cure. If you do have a serious medical concern, please reach out to a qualified practitioner. So today, and we were just discussing before we began about habits, about the systems, the ways that we can end up damaging our system, we can end up breaking our system. And I just want to blow your mind a little and just take you away from what the conventional story is about insulin. Okay, because insulin resistance isn't just about sugar. It's not even about food at first, right? It's actually all about timing. It's about light. It's about movement. It's the rhythm that your body expects and it needs, but no longer gets. And that is actually what's silently breaking your energy. It's attacking your mood, your metabolism, and even your ovaries. So, what exactly is insulin resistance, right? Because you see people talking about it often. And I think for a lot of us, if we don't have diabetes or we don't really have that concern, that worry at this moment in our lives, we just kind of ignore it because we just think, oh, insulin, it must be something to do with diabetes, not me, right? Okay, so if you imagine that your body is like a big house filled with rooms. Now, each room needs sugar or glucose, okay? It needs it so it can power up the lights, the electronics, the heating, that kind of stuff. But to get sugar into those rooms, you need a really special key. That key is insulin. But now imagine over the years, right? You keep using that key. You have to power up the room, right? It needs heating, it needs lighting in there, it needs electronics. So you keep using it. You keep using that same key, but the doors stop opening. They've just over time become jammed, the keys become rusty. That is what insulin resistance looks like. Your body is producing the insulin, but your cells, those doors, stop listening. They stop opening up. So now, instead of the insulin going to where it needs to be getting through those doors, it just remains circulating into the system. It just piles up in your bloodstream. And what does the body do? The body thinks, oh, well, okay, there must be an issue here. Maybe I'll just keep releasing more insulin. They didn't get the message. Let's try again. This cycle, if it's left unchecked, it's what drives weight gain, fatigue, cravings, and inflammation. Have you just seen how chaotic it can be? You know, if all the kids, for example, were stuck in that hallway, just running up and down, it's just pandemonium. That's the same thing in the body. So now let's look at 5 unconventional daily habits that prevent insulin resistance before it takes over your life and breaks your body. So the first one, eat with the sun, not your schedule. You might have heard before, right? Oh, don't eat late, right? But why? What's the problem? Well, your body has a clock. Literally every cell in your body knows what it's supposed to do when. And same with insulin, it's also got office hours. It works best in the morning. That is when we are the most insulin sensitive. So what happens when you skip breakfast and you say, hey, I'll just eat my first meal at 1, 12, whatever it is, right? Some of you may be joining here today and you haven't had breakfast yet. Okay. That's like showing up to work when your boss has already left for the day. Doesn't make any sense, right? And no wonder your blood sugars are messed then. And you have to think of your metabolism, right? Like a garden. The morning sun activates everything, enzymes, hormones, even your ability to burn fat. So if you just decide, hey, I'm only going to water this garden at night, everything's going to rot. How is that water going to be of benefit when it's given to the plants at the time when they need it the least? It's the same with food. You have to eat when your body expects it, or you're just creating chaos. So here's a pro tip. Start your day with a protein-rich breakfast. Don't complicate it. It could just be eggs and your leftover dinner. Keep life simple, inshallah. Second tip, utilize the free metabolic ignition that is out there. And here's something that no one actually talks about, like the sun is your metabolic switch. That morning light that's entering your eyes and hitting your skin is going to tell your body what time it is. It's going to get that engine going. Remember, everything is just data to the body, right? Just information. So what does this say? This says, wake up, use insulin, burn fat, be alive. That is what that signal is saying. And if you decide to skip that step, that's also sending a message to the body. You stay metabolically asleep all day because everything to the body is information. It's like trying to bake a cake when the oven's switched off. That's exactly what the body is feeling without that morning signal. No wonder you crave sugar, because it's a fast fuel and your body can process that in your darker environments, because our indoor environments, even with the lights on, can never mimic what's out there in nature. So here's an unconventional tip for you. Try to get some sun exposure during the day. Prioritize that natural light. Open the windows, let light in. Yeah, this is so much more easier for us in the summer months, right? To do something like this. And your insulin's going to be extremely grateful for it. The third tip, don't count calories, count cues. Calories are outdated, right? Your body doesn't run on them. It runs on cues, signals, light, darkness, movement, silence. All of these send a message to the body. So if we talk about, say, the cue of movement, especially after meals, what does this send to the body, right? It lowers insulin. It lowers your blood sugars naturally. So as a pro tip, time your movements after eating. That sends a message to the body to say, hey, take up that sugar so insulin can rest. Muscles are your cleanup crew, but only if you tell them to move. Number 4, don't make your night like your day. Your nights and your days need to have a significant difference. Okay, it's wild, right? But just hear me out. Because everyone talks about morning routines, right? You guys have seen people share their crazy morning routines on the internet now, right? And everyone's talking about them. And people swear by them. And they have these meticulous morning routines. But what are these people who are bang on with their morning routines doing at night? Because it's very likely that you undo everything positive about your morning by simply trying to also have the same uh, routine at night. Okay? To heal, to fully heal, it is dependent on your ability to rest. And your insulin health is literally saved at night. Blue light from phones, LEDs, right? Those artificial lights, Netflix, YouTube, whatever it is you're doing, right? These all delay melatonin. And what does melatonin regulate? Insulin. If your melatonin is delayed, your insulin didn't get that memo to stop working. You will then be staying in fat storage mode all night. So here's an unconventional tip or an unconventional habit that you can start forming. You need to protect your rhythm at night. Like your hormones depend on it, because they do. Keep your nights for rest and regeneration. Keep the lights dim. Insulin will be grateful. And the last tip, fast, smart, not hard. Intermittent fasting is a popular and also very convenient choice for many women. Mornings are busy. Let me just skip the eating anyway, right? I'll just eat later on when I've got some peace and quiet, when the kids are at school, when I've done all the housework, right? They honestly believe that they are doing the best thing for burning fat, right? Because they think, well, I'm eating less food. Less food must equal more fat burning. That's wrong, though. In fact, for women with insulin resistance or those prone to it, fasting too late in the day makes things worse. If you're skipping breakfast, drinking caffeine, or an empty stomach, you're spiking cortisol. Cortisol raises blood sugar. Then by 3 p.m., you're in the kitchen wondering, why did all your discipline fail? So, pro tip, don't skip breakfast and just start to notice how much more satiated you feel for the rest of the day. How your cravings just disappear. How much more better your blood sugars and your mood even is. Your entire body works on a timing system. When you decide to work against that, you just set yourself up to fail. Now, if you think of your metabolism like a kitchen that opens in the morning, say a restaurant even, right? And it closes in the evening. In the mornings, your digestive fire is strong. Your insulin is responsive and your body is primed to handle food. As the day goes on, the kitchen starts to wind down. Those chefs, your hormones, they're getting tired. By evening, they're cleaning up, wiping the surfaces, putting the plates away, dimming the lights, getting ready to close. Now imagine someone comes in and they keep coming in every hour asking for a snack. Okay, so it's 10 a.m. Fine. Kitchen's ready. Here you go, have the snack. 3 p.m., the chef might take a deep sigh, but still cooks your food. At 8 p.m., that kitchen's technically closed, but you're demanding that it opens up for you now. Now, what happens when the chefs have to cook at this time of the day? Mess, spillage. The chefs are tired. Burnout, poor digestion is what you end up seeing. And insulin, it has to keep showing up long past its shift. That leads to resistance over time. Don't leave your insulin cleaning up at midnight, because that's just not what it's designed to do. And I get so many messages, and I speak to sisters all the time, and they say to me, well, look, I'm eating clean. I've cut sugar, but I'm still exhausted and I'm still actually gaining weight. Sis, it's not your food that is the main problem. It's the timing. Your hormones don't need more restriction. They need rhythm. Start small. Take one thing on at a time. Say from today, you're going to move after your meals. From today, you might eat when you are primed to. And if anything here resonated with you today, and you guys you're listening back to the recording here, come and join our community. Come and join what we do on the group program, day by day, rhythm by rhythm, inshallah. Our next cohort is due to start, bi'idhnillah, at the end of June. If it's time for you to be done with all the dieting and the yo-yoing in your approach, and you just need a system and a strategy that works in alignment with your body, reach out, inshallah. Come and join the other ladies who have transformed their lives for good. And if you've enjoyed the session and you just like all of the info in one easy slide to remember the points we've covered today, DM me the word rhythm on Instagram and I'll send you something, inshallah. Until next time, be light, be nourished, stay in tune, and be proactive with your health, not reactive. Jazakallah khair for being here today. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.